other side.
Can you do that again with just a little bit more energy?
No.
Oh.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I do homeschooling. It's a little different than normal homeschooling just because we are in quarantine. So the school has actually given us paper packets, which they are delivered to our door every Thursday. Hence, they're right outside. After they drop them off, I take them inside and I have to make a schedule for the week. What I do is I take the last week's off. I take it down. I have to do homeschooling for 3 grades. 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. So I usually write homeschool schedule. Watch me spell things wrong. Now, my way is not perfect, but it works. And then write the dates. So we'll go into Tuesday. So then I put 3rd, 2nd, 1st. For my homeschool schedule, I usually get a homeschool schedule from the teachers that kind of look like this. I don't go off of this just because I have 3 kids in 3 different grades, and it's really hard to keep them all on the same time schedule. So what I do is I write it out because it's not always the same for everybody, and I want it to be fair as it can be with 3 different grades. I mean, I'm very thankful for the schedules the teachers give me, but it just doesn't work when I have several kids in the home.
Yeah, because otherwise one child's gonna have tons of math on one day and the other ones are gonna have nothing, or even on some of the days some of the teachers are only doing an hour's worth of homework,
Exactly.
And then the other ones are
like last week I had 1st and 2nd grade barely have enough to cover the week. Thankfully I have extra little projects that they can do, but my 3rd grader, he has probably 20 things that he has to do, as well as get on his Chromebook. So it's just not fair for him to be doing homework for hours while the other 2 basically just get to play. So I try to make everything as fair as I can. But I do follow a lot of their schedules just to try to keep him on track with his other classmates. So what I do is I start with 3rd grade because he has the most. And just to see how I'm going to break it out. And then 2nd and 1st grade usually have at least enough to finish the week, but 3rd grade has a lot. So I try to see what he has, and then I supplement anything else that I need for the younger grades. And they staple them together, and I don't have a staple remover, so I do it at my office, but I don't have one here.
I heard it's completely safe to use your teeth.
That's wrong. Don't do that. Okay, so then I go through and I see what is English, what's math, what's science, what's social studies, and what needs to be done on his Chromebook. Okay, so with my 3rd grader as well, sometimes for one assignment he might have 10 pages. And then also he'll have detailed instructions of what he needs to do. So I've realized that if I don't put them together, if I don't staple or paper clip them together, they think it's just one assignment with one paper. They don't look at that it's several pages. So if I staple it together, knowing that that's one assignment, then he can just choose that one. Then sometimes we do have assignments that say Tuesday, and so I try to keep him on track, and then there's some that say Friday. So I try to keep those as well on those days. I make piles into English, social studies, science, math, but it looks like she didn't send enough for the full week, and I think it's because they didn't have school on Monday. That this is why she didn't give enough. And this is another thing that happens. I know they're trying to not waste paper, but this is the back page of an English assignment. But he also has his division flashcards on the other side.
So you have to cut up the English paper in order to make the flashcards?
Exactly. So this is what I run into. And thankfully we have a copier and a scanner and stuff, but some people don't. So I don't, I mean, I don't know. So, and then again, he's got a math sheet. But then he's got, see, I think these go with these.
Yes, that is
But
correct.
one's on this other side of English, one's on the other side of a math sheet. So I think I'm just gonna leave this like this and like this because he can do this on his Chromebook on Fridays when he has his classwork done. So that way I don't waste paper of our own. So I think I'll just leave them like this and cross them out and he'll just do these. My husband and I work full time even during quarantine, so it's really hard to sit down at the table with him and help him do online work. So I typically will do online work with him on Fridays. And I'll just work downstairs with him at the dining room table. We're going to staple it. So it looks like he has a lot of English this week and 1 math. So when his teacher sends the assignments for the week, usually, because I mean Monday we, no school. I go through and check what he has because if there's something that we did not receive, I need to talk to his teacher because then he's going to be behind. So far, we do have the division flashcards. They're just on the back side of another assignment. But he does not have multiples of 10, part 1, civics, part 1, and multiples of 10, part 2. Oh, and he doesn't have division facts. He has the flashcards, but not the division facts. So there must be a sheet. So I will have to reach out to his teacher to see what I can do. We'll do 2 English there. So then Friday I can work on him with his Chromebook and any assignments he needs. And then we'll do math 1. Okay. So then after I have his done, here, let me show you. Let me grab you. Over here, I have reorganized this to be a homework station as well as a finished, so they can turn in their work here. So in the mornings they can come in here, find their folder, which I'm just gonna grab everybody's folders out, I think, because I'm gonna need them all. So I have grabbed Michael's folder, which it says Michael to do, so that's our son. So what I've done, which has also helped because I don't have a lot of folders, I have grabbed Ziploc baggies. So this Ziploc baggie says 3rd grade science and social studies. This one says 3rd grade English, and this one says 3rd grade math. Again, not the perfect system, but it has been working for us. We only have 4 more weeks of school, so I'm not changing anything right now. So what I do is I take the math, which he only has 1 math for right now. I've got to contact his teacher about the other stuff. I'll put it in there for him. He doesn't have any science or social studies right now. Again, there is a social studies assignment that he may just have to do online on Friday, but I'll check in with his teacher. And then English goes here. So then once those are all done, I'll stick them in here, and then they'll go right in here. And he is ready for the week. As ready as he can be, anyways. Okay, so the next one I do is 2nd grade. If I can reach it. So if a teacher sends 1 assignment, like this one, what I do is I will staple it. But then as I'm going through the rest of the packet, I find more assignments for the same reading. So either I will copy the same reading, especially for our 1st grader, I'll do it. But for our 2nd and 3rd grader, I typically will just write a sticky note and say, grab your reading from such and such date or what it was. That way they can have their notes to help them with it. So for this one, I am going to write her a note on here that says, hey, grab your volcano packet. That way she has her notes for it. So behind my school schedule, I will put the schedule for the week that they have from the teachers, just in case there's something I'm missing or the teacher's like, hey, what about this? And I'm like, I don't know, let me check. Because if I didn't get it, then I didn't get it. I do have all of that, so what I do is I just put it all together. I put the homeschool schedule on top, and then I put it on the board. And then it's official for the week. So there's the schedule for the week. We also have PE and music. Those are just some options that we have gotten from the school or just that we've come up with ourselves. Hey guys!